Hey there, YouTube. It's been a little while. I kind of been on a hiatus, taking a little mental break while I try and figure out what I want to do with the flying and the FAA and the additional information that they want and the potential thousands and thousands of dollars that that's going to require and time. And the worst part is I have no answers with that. But in the meantime, life goes on. I got a lot of projects. I got some new equipment, toys to work on here. So let's go take a look and I'll show you what I got. Okay, to go along with the little excavator I got, I purchased myself a Bobcat skid steer, model 853. Good running machine. Except for I did something when I got it home. I jarred it pretty good trying to get it on the trailer. I don't know what I did or if it was ready to go, but deep down in there on the control valve, one of the rear caps is leaking pretty good. So I've got a spool seal kit on the way, some extra seals, gonna redo all the spools while I'm in there. My brother-in-law's helped me out with that because he knows more about hydraulics than I do. We spent a couple hours yesterday pressure washing this out to make it a little easier to work on. Gonna try and find a replacement panel there for this rusted out part. If not, I may have to fabricate something or weld in some support. Supports the seat just fine, but you can see over there and around here where it supports these shocks, that needs to be beefed up a little bit. But the amount of gunk that we got out of these cavities was ridiculous. I don't think this thing has ever been cleaned or power washed before, but remove the access plates. I mean, now there's an oil catch pan there that you can see is filled with sludge. It's filthy. But overall, this thing runs fantastic. I'm going to do all the oils, fluids, and everything before we get it to work. I did get some over-the-tire tracks for it. And those will be going on once it's up and running. It came with a 66-inch bucket, which is off to the side here. And on top of that, I treated myself for Father's Day. I bought an attachment that goes between the skid steer and the bucket that'll allow the bucket to tilt up to a certain number of degrees. I don't know, 7 or 14 degrees in each direction. So grading driveways and land should be a whole lot easier with that. So that's project and toy number 1. So let's go on to the next. Okay, new toy number 2 is a slightly bigger excavator. The other one is fantastic, is just a little bit smaller. The Komatsu is just over 2 ton. I think it's about 2¼ ton with an 18 horsepower motor. This one here is about 3¼ ton, and that's got a 40 horsepower motor. So double the horsepower, going from about a 5,000 pound machine, a little over 5,000 pound machine, to a little over 7,000 pound machine. She's old, she's ugly, but she runs well. And the guys I got it from, well, gentleman I bought it from, him and his brother purchased it from their boss. That's the business they're in, is landscaping and masonry. So they took good care of it. They did the pins, bushings, and the bucket. Nothing's loose on the entire boom. They put in a new hydraulic pump, one of the final drives, and All I know is they told me that the swing motor leaks just a little. Now, she is not pretty. She definitely needs some love. So I shall get her cleaned up and taken care of. I brought her home, put her straight to work. You can see some of the land that I've cleared here. Now, my brother-in-law had cut out a number of trees years ago, and I took all the stumps out, pushing a bunch of the debris off to the wood line. But gonna create a nice little flat area up here, probably build a equipment shed, at least covering to put the toys in. So way up at the top of the hill off in the woods, I created a new stump dump that's filling up pretty good, and I'm gonna say there's probably another 15 or 20 stumps right along this ridge as the hill drops down towards the house. So we'll get it all cleared up, and next thing you know, it'll look like the rest of the field. Lots more grass to mow. So anyways, that's toy number 2. All right, I'm headed back down the hill now here, but I'm getting a little old for this. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to show you that tilt attachment. Okay, this is the tilt attachment that I had ordered from Titan. I had about a 15% off discount for Father's Day. So this is normally about $17.50, and I got it for $14.80 something, I think. And it's about 8 inches thick. So it's going to add a little extra front weight for stability, and it should also push my bucket out a little bit farther, so I should be able to see the cutting edge on the bucket a little bit better, which should make cutting and grading a lot easier. Yeah, we're already getting a start on the firewood, so it'll be winter before we know it. Okay, so there's the Mahindra, and yeah, I know I haven't gotten to the grass. Well, I have in spots, and I haven't in others. I been a little too wet on the days I needed to attack the hills, so hasn't been done. Here are the metal over the tire tracks that I got for the skid steer. Now these should add, I'm gonna guess 1,200 pounds to the weight of the machine, which will help with stability and take it from about a 6,500 pound machine to 7,700 pounds. You add in that tilt attachment and the bucket, and it's probably approaching an 8,000 pound machine. Here's the bigger bucket I got with the excavator. This one's 18. There's a 1-foot bucket on it right now, and I'm really excited to have the auxiliary hydraulics on the new excavator, so I will be looking to add a hydraulic thumb. Now, if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know I do like to build things, work on old equipment and whatnot, so I will be getting back into the International Harvester, the 1964 500D. Last year I went through the entire engine, new glow plugs. It runs fantastic, but as of now the clutch baskets are out because the steering clutches were shot. So I will slowly get back onto this and try and get something for your viewing pleasure while I do that. I'm back down by the house now, and here's the little Komatsu. Again, this is about a 2¼ ton machine, 5,000, 5,200 pounds, something like that. And it runs fantastic. I've been using it up until recently when I just got the new one. And it will be going up for sale at some point shortly here, because Mama says I can't have two. So that's not true. She didn't say that, but it doesn't make sense to have two excavators, especially two that are similar in size. So runs fantastic, does everything it should do. I have the manual thumb on it, which is off in the bushes over there. Little slop in the bucket. Everything else is fantastic. Runs, drives, moves as it should. Lifts. I'll do a little video on that probably before I'm ready to sell it. Got a fantastic trash bag over the seat right now because there's a rip in the seat, and if I don't do that, it absorbs water, and then I have to sit in a wet butt for a while. So anyways, yeah, just a little tour of the toys, a little update on the projects, and we'll see you shortly.